Hey everyone! So today I'll be doing a video on my top 3 brow products and techniques. So if you would like to learn how to properly arch and sculpt your eyebrows, stay tuned. So the first technique is going to be using a pencil. I love using MAC's eyebrow pencil in spiked to do my brows. I begin with a spoolie, brushing through my brow hairs to make sure my brows are laid in the right shape before I begin. Then I use my spiked pencil by MAC and start at the bottom of my brows, from the inner eye corner straight out to the tail. First, I use soft, small strokes in the beginning, and as I go towards the tail, I lengthen the strokes. After I finish with the base of the brow, then I move to the top and begin filling it in the same way. After I get the desired shape and color, I go in with a spoolie and I begin to smooth it out. The spoolie will act somewhat like a comb, evening out the color throughout the brows. Now I'm using my Urban Decay brush that comes in the Naked palette and my Studio Sculpt NW40 matte concealer to conceal the top of my brows. NW40 is as close to my skin color as I have in concealers, so I'm going to use that to conceal the top of my brows because I don't want to have a lighter color. I want to stay as close to my skin color as possible when cleaning up the top portion of my brow. I get as close to the pencil line as I can and I begin to clean up the top. After cleaning it up, I use the shading portion of the brush and I just begin to buff all the concealer out because I don't want to leave any harsh lines on my face. After the top portion is concealed, then I go in with a second concealer that's about 2 to 3 shades lighter than my skin color, and I use that to conceal the bottom. I love to start from the outer corner and work my way in because it gives me more control in shaping my brow and making sure my arch is as straight as possible. As you know, the concealer acts like a pencil eraser, so anything that's messed up, your concealer should be able to correct. Once that's done, I go back with my spoolie and I smooth everything out. My second technique is going to be using a powder. I'm actually using MAC's eyeshadow in Embark to do this portion. Using an angle brush, I start to fill in the brows the same way, starting at the base, at the bottom, from the inner eye corner out to the tail. I use heavier strokes on the bottom, and I use lighter strokes on the top. This third technique is actually one of my favorites. Using Makeup Forever's Aqua Brow, this is a brow gel that's waterproof and does not move. It lasts the entire day without smudging or budging. I used the same techniques in the previous videos. This time I want to bring my arch or my tail out just a little bit wider. I always create my tail a little bit darker than I do the beginning of my brow. I love for it to have that smooth transitional effect of light to dark. So this fourth technique is actually a bonus technique. It's a combination of the brow gel and the brow pencil. Now you can substitute any one of these. So you can use a brow pencil and a brow powder, or a brow gel and a brow powder. I like to make the base of my brows darker and the top lighter. So to do this, I like to use my brow gel at the base of the brow, from the beginning to the tail on the bottom, and then I go in with my pencil on the top, filling it in. The pencil I have more control over, so I'm able to make lighter strokes. All in all, it gives a soft transitional look, and you can go from soft to fierce and a very 2 to 3 dimensional look as well. Okay, ladies, here is what you do not want to do. I've seen a lot of women walking around with their eyebrows blocked in at the beginning. That's very harsh and it is a makeup no-no. You don't want to block your brows in at the beginning, and also you don't want to cake up concealer that's lighter than your skin color all over your brow, on the top, on the bottom, in the center. That's a no-no. What you want to do, matching skin tone on the top, lighter concealer on the bottom. Do not block your brows in. If you do, take some concealer, rub it in the beginning, and use a spoolie and brush it through. That would help to make it more natural in appearance. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you do, like, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until we see each other again, stay beautiful.